Hello, and welcome to English with Joe.
Today, we're going to continue exploring irregular plurals. Welcome to part 2, where we'll focus on a specific type of irregular plural, the in ending. In our previous discussion, we learned about regular plurals, where most nouns simply take an S or es, like dog becoming dogs or leaf becoming leaves. But now, let's look at a different kind of irregular plural. Words that don't follow the standard pattern, like child, which becomes children instead of childs. English can be unpredictable, largely due to its history. The language is a mix of influences from Old English, Germanic roots, and various invasions that shaped its development. In Old English, pluralization wasn't as straightforward as it is today. Some words took an N ending, others an S, and some even took an R. Regional differences made it even more complicated. Nowadays, very few words retain the in plural, the most common being children and oxen. Although brethren and sistren once existed, we rarely use them today, with brothers and sisters being far more common. For most of us, the in plural mainly applies to children and maybe oxen if you're involved with livestock. You might wonder why a word like ox becomes oxen, but box becomes boxes instead of boxen. The difference lies in the origin of the words. Ox is native to Old English, while box has its roots in Greek, Latin, and French, which affects how it pluralizes. English is a patchwork of influences from different times and places, but the main takeaway is that child becomes children and ox becomes oxen. Beyond that, most irregular plurals don't involve the in ending. And now, for those who are still with me, here's a fun historical anecdote from the 15th century involving William Caxton, one of the first English language printers. This story illustrates how regional dialects varied so much that even a short trip could result in communication difficulties. Around 1490, a group of merchants traveling from London to Zeeland, in the Netherlands, had to make a stop along the southern coast of England. There, a London merchant asked a local woman for eggs, but she didn't understand him. In her dialect, they were called Aaron, not eggs. After some confusion, another person helped translate, and they realized they were talking about the same thing. This story highlights how different English could be just a few miles apart, before the advent of mass communication and printing, which helped standardize the language over time. That's it for today's lesson. Don't forget to subscribe. You rock!